Hello everyone, welcome to another video. In today's video, we're taking a look at an Arceus Kirlia deck. Alright, it's more of an Arceus Gallade deck that I was playing some games with and playing in tournament the other day, and I just want to do a video on it because I haven't done a video in a little while, and this is a pretty cool deck that I enjoy playing. Now, I'm going to start off by saying this is definitely not the best deck in the world. Its Lugia matchup is not great, so the entire Lugia matchup is just Marnie / Judge and then Path and hope that works. But sometimes it will work, and it will work enough that you might be able to place to a certain meta that's maybe oriented away from Lugia. Like if your locals doesn't have much Lugia, this deck might be a very good play. And yeah, this deck is a ton of fun in my opinion. Basically the idea here is that we have, of course, Arceus V-STAR, 4/3 line, Training Nova, 200 damage, attach 3 basic energy cards from your deck. Super convenient any way you like, then shuffle your deck, and then Star Wars searching your deck for any 2 cards. Just one of the most broken consistency Pokemon in the game, as well as just one of the most efficient and best attackers in the standard format right now. Unfortunately, it's been kind of power creeped by Lugia, but like I mentioned, we do have some ways to fight back against Lugia. And then our engine, instead of Inteleon or Bibero, actually be running Kirlia. This is the Refinement Kirlia that has a discard 1 card from your hand to draw 2 ability. And the reason we're playing Kirlia instead of something like Junshino is because we actually get access to Gallade, which has the Buddy Catch ability that says, once per turn you can search your deck for a supporter card, reveal it, and put it to your hand. This allows you to search out all the broken supporter cards that you can have access to. Marnie's, you can search out Raihan at the turn that you need it. You can search out Cheren's Care to pick up an Arceus. And of course Roxanne on that vital turn. That Roxanne is really, really good. All the benefits of this also was that it does actually have a pretty decent attack with a Swirling Slice dealing 160 damage, and you move an energy from this Pokemon to one of your bench Pokemon, which means with and it does cause Psychic into 2 colorless, which means you can actually use it with double turbo energy. So if you have a double turbo attached, you're going to be hitting 140 and then allowing yourself to move one of those energies to a benched Pokemon, which means you can not only Raihan it to attack within 1 turn, but also not give up 2 prizes, which means that this can help force your opponents into Roxanne turns. If they knock out an Arceus and then you throw a Gallade at them, they knock out the Gallade, then you are just going to be Roxanning them the next following turn, which is benefits. And the benefit of this deck is that, like I mentioned, it does have a pretty weak Lugia matchup. However, it takes a very, very strong Lost Box matchup because you have the Cheren's Care. And you're marring them all the time in Lost Box. That is a combination of things that Lost Box is not like. It's Hand Disruption and intense healing like Cheren's Care gives the Arceus. You take a very, very strong Reggie's matchup with both Dunsparce and Manaphy in the deck. And once again, Cheren's Care to pick up the Arceus. As well as a very, very strong Vikavolt matchup because Vikavolt has a hard time dealing with an Arceus that just gets itself set up so easily with an ability to search your deck for any 2 cards. For example, if you had something like the Drizzle instead of the Kirlia, Drizzle most likely is going to be searching your deck for item cards that will help you get the energy cards or the Pokemon. However, Arceus with the Star Breath can just search them directly out, and Kirlia is still a decent card. Or in item lock, where Drizzle is not as good because Drizzle usually does like to search the deck for item cards that you cannot play under Vikavolt. And yeah, so Arceus is just super good answer to the Vikavolt decks that are kind of going on a rampage right now. People are really liking and trying out the Vikavolt decks now that they have proved themselves in multiple tournaments now. The other thing about the Reggie matchup is that if you have a Big Charm attached to your Gallade, it actually has 190 HP, which is actually, believe it or not, impossible. It's impossible for a Reggie's player to knock out a 190 HP single prizer, which means that just makes your Reggie's matchup even more favorable because you just have this Gallade that can, as a single prizer, just simply uptrade with the Reggies in the Reggie deck, and with the double turbo attached Whirling Slice, we'll be killing all the Reggies except for Regigigas. Super nice. And yeah, that's the deck. Like I mentioned, the Lugia matchup is basically just slam Marnie and then slam Path and hope that they brick, which is a little bit unfortunate. But that is kind of what it comes down to when you're playing an Arceus deck, is that the best tool you have access to in a lot of matchups is going to be that Marnie Path strategy. Super deadly combo. And then we have of course have some tanking options like all Arceus decks do. With 2 copies of V-Guard energy, we can take 30 less damage, which means if you have both a V-Guard and a Big Charm attached to an Arceus V, it is impossible for a Lugia V-Star to knock it out. Now that Yveltal can come and knock it out, but after the Yveltal is knocked out, there's actually nothing in the Lugia deck that can possibly knock out a Big Charmed and V-Guarded Arceus, which is another protection tool in that matchup. We, of course, like I mentioned, have the 2 Cheren's Care to heal, and then we have Pal Pad to put it back in. It can also be used for getting back Boss, Roxanne, or Raihan. Since we have such swift access to supporters almost whenever we want them, with the Gallade, Pal Pad, if we just have it, is going to be a super, super good tool to have. Then we have 4 copies of Double Turbo Energy, 2 Capture Energies, and I really had Fog Crystals in here, but I was like, yeah, because Fog Crystal can both search out Ralts, or if you need, get a Basic Energy, and I realized with no way to actually search out the Fog Crystals directly, Capture Energy is simply better, because not only does it give you the energy attachment, but it also gives you the Ralts. So not only Fog Crystal let you choose between do you want Ralts or do you want energy attachment, Capture Energy gives you both the Ralts and the attachment for turn, and that's the deck. Some cards I want here is actually Primalist and Morangaroo. Don't know where to fit it in though, because this deck is already kind of skimping a little bit on consistency with 4 Incense, 4 Quick Ball, 1 Ultra Ball. So if you want to find room, maybe you could cut an energy. Something 14 is kind of a lot. So if you want to cutting one of those for a Morangaroo Primate Wisdom, definitely a super, super solid card. Help yourself from breaking, and that is going to be the deck. We're going to go ahead and take a look at it here. I did play this in a tournament yesterday, an online tournament. The late night, I was 6-2 and got top 32 with it. But I did hit 3 Vegables, lost to 1 because I got Marnie and Who Dead Hand, beat the other 2, and then also beat 3 Reggies. So I kind of hit the good matchups you're looking to hit with Arceus Gallade deck. But I wanted to share it with you guys on the channel because I really enjoyed it when I played it yesterday in the tournament. So let's see who we're up against. First, my opponent was a Bidoof Coin and Arceus, so this could be maybe a mirror match. Let's see here. We lose coin flip, which is unfortunate. As an Arceus deck, we really, really, really want to go first. We get that turn 1 Arceus energy that is just so helpful. This hand is decent. We have Arceus and energy. Now we're just going to be hoping that our opponent's playing like a Mew deck or something. Something like that in order to stop our Arceus from being able to V-Star to get out of this pretty unlucky hand otherwise. So it looks like, okay, so we are going to be up against a Reggies, which luckily won't be pressuring us, our Arceus turn 2 too much. However, they are going to be playing high copies of Path, which if they get that turn 1, we could be in a kind of rough spot depending on it. Now, we do actually already have turn 2 Arceus attack. We have DT and energy, but we're going to really be needing them to either not find Path or us to find a draw sword. And whoa, they have a lot of Reggies. Okay. So they're attaching the Gigas and drawing 1 with Dragon Sword. And they're having a pretty strong turn 1, getting out 4 Reggies. Okay. So we do find ourselves a Quick Ball, which is good. I'm just going to go bench this, attach DT to it. We could Quick Ball the Path and get maybe Dunsparce. That is going to be probably sniped by this guy if we do that. So I think I'm okay just to pass here. There's nothing else I really need. Just really hoping they don't find Path so I can have a strong turn 2 with the Starbirth and attach return, things like that. No, at the very least, we kind of hoping that they did at least get the knockout here so we can actually go open attacking if they do find the Path. Because we do have the energy and the Arceus V-Star in our hand. That's kind of the nice thing about Arceus is just it's a very simple card where it only needs a little bit in order to start getting up and attacking. But our opponent does discard 2 Ordinary Rod, which is a good sign for us because that will later in the game when they're down even more Ordinary Rods give us more options to go after Reggies to try and lock them out of the game in that way. Let's see what they have here. They still have no energy in the discard pile. Except for that one they've attached onto their Gigas, but that is on the Gigas. There's the Quick Ball coming down, discarding a Roar, so going to be drawing a Dragon Sword here, 2 cards. Oh, 4 cards, okay. Now, luckily for us, they're going to have to get pretty lucky here if they want to get an attack and Path. And if they do get an attack, that's fine, but I just really don't want them to find the Path. That is what I really do not want. Okay, so they find Gift Energy, that's fine. They're definitely going to be attaching that there. There's the Ancient Wisdom, which means we're not going to be seeing them attack this turn. And no Path either, so we do come out of that without getting hit with a Path, which is a really, really good sign for us, and we do get access to Starbirth, as well as top decking second Quick Ball, so that will be able to get us immediately Dunsparce Manaphy, which is super duper nice for us. So we're just going to go here, find a switch, and let's see, make sure Dunsparce Manaphy is in the deck. We did actually prize Dunsparce, which is annoying. That's actually very annoying. We did end up prizing that. So I think what I might want to do is boss the Regirock here. I think that's what I'm gonna. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna go switch and boss, and we're gonna go ahead and boss this Regirock, because we really do not want to get knocked out by this thing. Okay, so we're gonna go here, quick ball, to load up another Arceus V, and really we do not want to get knocked out here. If we do get knocked out, hopefully we can at least take Dunsparce off our prizes. We also could get hit with the Regi Ice, which would be annoying, but also doable because we just treat this into our second Arceus V-Star. We have the V-Star in our hand already. Now, also by knocking out this Regirock, we also do not activate Gift Energy, which is a nice thing for us because that means our hand is going to stay low. Is that the second heavy ball? They played 2 heavy? No, I didn't. Okay, never mind. Okay, so there's a quick ball. Discarding the Regilucky and grabbing the Regirock. So, yep. Now I imagine they have a draw supporter here. Third Ordinary Rod, though. So, like I mentioned, their Ordinary Rod resources are getting pretty low here. There goes the Dragon Sword drawing 3. And they hit Aurora Energy. They hit the Knockout. And there's the research. So, and that's not the last Ordinary Rod. That is the last Ordinary Rod. And, yeah, so they didn't find it, which means they're just extremely behind down all their Ordinary Rods, things like that. And, yeah, that matchup's just very, very favorable. I beat it, like, if you don't prize Dunsparce, like, if I didn't prize Dunsparce there, that game would just straight been over because I would have gotten Dunsparce Manaphy down to set up a very, very strong board. And, yeah, that is the Regi matchup. Like I mentioned, if you want to farm Regis and the Vikavolt, decks like that, then this is the deck for you because this deck has a very good matchup. Okay, we hit Innosoy Carly. I actually do know this person. I've played against them before. I do know that. We lose the coin flip again, which is unfortunate. And our opponent is going to be going first. Okay, so our hand is pretty bad. We have no V-Star, no Kirlia, nothing to draw, no supporter. So we're really hoping we can get out of this. Okay, we're up against another Regis. Okay, so yeah, these Regis just really okay. So let's see what my opponent does here. Like I mentioned, we really don't want to get pathed, so we can maximize the chances we draw out of this. A pretty poor hand here. Okay, opponent's taking a little while to think. I wonder what they could have in their hand. Boy, my opponent's taking a while. Okay. Gee whiz. Okay, opponent, what are you doing? Just, like, make a decision. It's not that hard. Oh, okay, so my opponent looks like they disconnected. Okay. Well, those have been 2 very, very quick games. Let's get into another one here. I'm really hoping we do not play against the third Regis. That would be pretty boring. But, people, like, the ladder is just filled with these single price decks. Lost Box Regis, stuff like that. Great Whites here. The Charizard deck box. I hope they can win this coin flip. And we do. Which is nice because Arceus decks love going first. They can get that turn 2 V-Star pretty easily. Okay. This hand is fine as long as, once again, we don't get pathed. If this is in Regis, we're in a pretty good spot to knock it. Okay, so the opponent starts Oranguru, which is probably means this is Lugia, and also means we're probably not going to get pathed. So I think we can just attach this double turbo. We can attach the double turbo. I'm not going to path that because we want a Starbirth, and then I think just attach this here and then just pass it over. Luckily for us, the thing about the Big Charm V-Guard on the first Arceus setup is that usually it can take a bit to set up the Evoltol. It takes a lot of resources to get that actually set up. On top of us, probably going to be Marnie pathing next turn, considering our hand is very, very fit for it. Okay, there's the quick ball. Actually discarding a Psychic Energy, so I have no idea what this could be now. even if this, even though this isn't Lugia, it's still fine to play the hand the way we did. So we're up against a Comfy, which means it's probably a Lost Box. And like I mentioned, Lost Box, pretty solid matchup considering we play 2 Cheren's Cares, Pal Pad, and opponent scoops again. Okay, we're getting a lot of scoops today. I guess people do not really want to play against Ooga Booga Arceus today, which is unfortunate for us because Ooga Booga Arceus is fun, at least in my opinion. All right, getting to the 4th match because we have some very quick games here. Hopefully we can have an actual game that plays the whole thing. Okay, we're up against Sakana, 1015. Charizard coin, metal deck box, maybe it could be Dialga. The loser coin flip for the 3rd time. Okay, and they choose to go first. Okay, in this hand, whoa, okay. We want to start Dunsparce, I think we do. Because this hand really is pretty bad here. Against Mew, okay. There comes down the Genesect and double Genesect again. So, okay, so this is the Meloetta variant, which makes this matchup a little bit harder. But as long as they don't, as they don't, okay, so they're actually playing their Stadium now, which is very good for us. If they don't hit their Force Seal Stone here, it actually can be used under Path. I think I just slam the Path here and just hope that I like top deck energy maybe. Pivot into Meloetta for some reason. Okay, because they've switched, that makes sense. Vacuum. Okay, they're just getting rid of all their outs. They're like, yeah, they're not expecting this path. They think I'm Lugia. That's why they think I'm playing Lugia. Okay, so yeah, we just have this path here, which is very good. I actually think I'm gonna hold the path. I think I'm just gonna go bench Arceus, and then if they knock out something, I can V-Star for energy Raihan, and then quick ball away the energy Raihan, and path the turn after. And they've already used 2 path counters, and they probably only have 1 more in their deck. So I think I'm cool just to pass here. This hand's pretty good. Liking this hand a lot, actually. And maybe my opponent now sees the Arceus has come down and maybe sweating a little bit. Oh no, I've used 2 of my path answers. There's a Mew VMAX, that's fine. And then Ultra Ball. Okay, oh my gosh, dude. This is gonna be a slaughter. We have my opponent discarding presumably their last path out. I would be surprised if they had another one. There's Rope, that's fine. Like I said, anything to get knocked out here is completely fine. Now, like I said, there's a very likely chance that this path just sticks the whole game now, which is exactly what we want against Mew, just shutting down their entire engine. Okay, there's Choice Belts. That's fine. The second Meloetta, which is not really worth it in this scenario as Mew here. Not really worth the second Meloetta, I don't think. I'm just going to be swinging here with the Mew VMAX. There's a quick ball, okay. Oh no, because they benched the second Meloetta, they're really limiting their draw here now. Okay, Genesect, that's fine. And yeah, we're just gonna absolutely slam the path here. This path, even if we do prize Raihan, I think we're still in a completely fine spot just by playing path here. Okay, so we go here. Top deck double turbo, which is amazing. There is like nothing I'd rather want than that top deck. And we're gonna Starbirth. We're gonna grab Raihan Energy. Hope the Raihan is not prized. It's not. That's great. I'm gonna go Raihan Energy. This quick ball can grab a Ralts. Start setting up our engine. And we're gonna go Raihan here. This could find Big Charm. I don't hate Big Charm here, but we really have a dead hand now. After this, they've used 2 switch outs already. Likelihood of them finding the switch, finding the boss, all under path after discarding or having used 3 outs, I feel like is not going to happen. So I feel like I'm okay just to grab a research here to keep our options open. It will establish our engine if we do find a Kirlia. So we're just going to go ahead with this. Just attach this double turbo. Attach this here. Bench Arceus. Bench Ralts. path, and then we're just going to swing, and my opponent is probably very sad now that they've used so many of their path outs already, just on their turn 1 and 2. Let's see my opponent has going for them. If they run away and hide, I have boss. If they don't, I have draw and then knockout. There's the switch, which is fine. The switch back in. Rotom phone. No, they could have trekking shoes here, and if this Rotom phone finds boss, we're in trouble. I said that I don't feel like they're gonna have the what's it called? Delver Palace have. Okay, so they just have knockout, which is unfortunate, and they're gonna be using Psychic Leap. Okay, that is an interesting play. I mean, I don't know if I agree with it, considering that you have no answers to path, but I suppose, because I just boss here. Now the question is, do I boss the Mew, the Meloetta? I think the Meloetta is definitely the easiest attacker on the board. It's just a Lesso away from knocking me out, so I'm just going to boss this and take the knockout on it, and from this point on, if my opponent does not get an attack this next turn, we are in an amazing spot. Okay, energy off the top. It's going to be nice if we do end up attacking with Gallade this game. We can start establishing the Gallade as the Ralts here. Keep mentioning them UV. And like I said, I would be very surprised if they have the ways. Okay, so that's Silene. If they flip one heads here, which they do, they can get back a path answer. But I think at this point we're just very, very far ahead. We're going to be fine because if they just put down they have the lost vacuum. So now if we top deck Judge, we are going to be chilling here. We don't. It's Big Charm. That's fine. We can attach this here. Pal Pad some stuff back in. Just boss Raihan. That's fine. And then we're going to research here. Still in a pretty fine spot, I think, overall. Arceus. We don't find Kirlia, which sucks. We do find Gallade, but we found the Kirlia alongside the Gallade. I think that would be great. Also, now they are gonna bump our path here, but they still need a lot to go right for them to win this game. We do only have one path in deck. We do prize a Roxanne, so it'd be great if we could get this. We do take path off prizes though, which is amazing. We have double boss in hand, so which means that if our opponent just knocks us out and uses this path up here, it's draw. And even if they do knock us out, we still have this path, and they're down a fusion energy. They're down 2 tablets. I'd be very, very surprised if they were to one-shot me with the Big Charm on. And I just have double boss for the game over the next 2 turns. Let's see what they got here. Double Turbo and then Ultra Ball. Okay, so they had the new VMAX here. Scarring Elisa. Yeah, that thing is Lisa's fine, but both their Meloettas are knocked out, so it's definitely not as value. Not nearly as much value as before. Okay. Force Seal Stone, which is fine. Like I said, it doesn't really matter anymore because we just have pretty much game on board. They don't play any more funky stuff like Silene or Pal Pad. There's single fusion energy. And they're trying the fusion stack system. Oricorio would be annoying here, but I think we're still in it, even if they do bench Oricorio. Okay, they don't bench Oricorio, which is fine. Okay, so they're knocking us out Technoblast. Echoing Horn is a little scary, but once again, they have to have the path answers in their hand, and they already used 3 path answers. Okay, so am I down my Ordinary Rod? I am not, but I don't think we have any way to get it here. I think we're just going to attach here, path, and then boss this Genesect, eliminating the Force Seal Stone as well. As that fusion strike system, if they do draw out of this path, there's the instance finally allowing us to establish Kirlia. Arceus. Okay. There's the VMAX. Fusion energy, that's fine. Choice belts. And then Marnie. Okay, Marnie is annoying. It means we don't have game on board anymore. Now things are getting a little bit scary. Yeah, now things are getting pretty scary. Now we do have an option to, if we do find boss off the 2 cards off of our refinement from Kirlia, we can find off this incense, then we do have a shot, but now that we got Marnie out of that, now it's looking much worse for us, unfortunately. There's the Cross Fusion Strike. Okay. 270. Raihan, I don't think we're going to be needing any more of this game. We're going to Raihan for this, or Incense for this Kirlia. Yeah, we're going to use this. We're going to refinement. Raihan, yeah. Do not find it, which I think now means Cheren. We could Cheren's. Just try and build. Yeah, I'm gonna Cheren's this thing up. Go into this Dunsparce. Bench this. Since it has gonna have Big Charm and V-Guard on it, I feel like it's very unlikely, if impossible, for them to knock this out now. We're just gonna pass. Okay. Now, off this next turn, if we top deck / refinement into exactly double. Oh, there's boss. Okay. Okay. Now things are getting a little bit spooky. Yeah, this is getting pretty bad. Yeah, but if we are able to refinement into the boss here. Okay, we do find switch, which is actually very big. Finding switch here is good for us. I'm gonna go here. We know they have nothing. I think we just attach. We're definitely gonna switch here into Dunsparce. Could judge. They don't nothing. They don't boss. How many boss are they down? We're down only 1 boss, which means they find Force Seal or boss off judge. Be pretty detrimental. We're down 1 incense. I mean, we either have to gamble, we find Gallade off of our next 3 cards, or we don't judge them into boss. I feel like I'm more confident in just passing here. We're just gonna pass. And if they have second boss, that's unfortunate. Okay, energy down the Mew. Ultra Ball, discarding 2 cards. Do they have Pumpkaboo here? Okay, no Pumpkaboo. Oof. If they had double Lost City Vacuum and Pumpkaboo, that'd be a little rough. Okay. So if we find out to Gallade or boss off this Kirlia, we are gonna have game. So let's see here. Okay, there's incense, and that means we can go ahead and get Gallade, which will find boss, and that'll be game. All right, that was a close one. That Marnie really hit us hard, but we are able to come out on top with some Cheren's carrots, things like that, which is great. So, boss, Genesect, and then we're just going to take it out and take this one here against Mew. And that's the game. Nice. Okay. Yeah, our opponent used a lot of path outs very, very early, which ended up being their demise there. We're going to go ahead and play one more with Arceus Gallade. And then we're going to end off the video. Okay. Maybe we can get up against Louis. Even if I lose, because the matchup is not the best. Even if I lose, I still want to show off the matchup here in the video, just so people can get an idea. Tea Party tie. Okay. Okay, we lose a coin flip again. We're losing a bunch of coin flips. Okay. And our hand is meh. We have Judge Path, which is nice going second, but we have no double turbo. We really want to see that double turbo. Okay, it's Arc Dura, which is a fine matchup. The Turbo Arc Dura, okay, because they have shoes. So we could be seeing some Tower of Darknesses here, which means they most likely have more outs to our paths than the more traditional Arc Dura with Crystal Caves. There's a Quick Ball discarding Current expansion. Yeah, so this is the single strike Tower of Darkness turbo build of Arctura. And hopefully, the idea is that Judge just hits them very hard here. We're going to go V-Guard. No, we don't need V-Guard yet. We're going to go Psychic. Quick Ball. Quick Ball the V-Guard. See the other V-Guards in the deck. It is. Okay. So we'll find Arceus. Do have 2 paths in the deck. Okay. Find Arceus. We're going to go Path Judge. And hopefully they dead draw for a couple turns here. It's really what we're going to need. Okay, we find Double Turbo. Well, that's fine. We're going to go play Incense for Arceus. And if they knock out our path, they turn off or turn on path for us. Is the idea here. Now I think I should have attached the Psychic here, because then if they hit us, we can if they hit us and bump path, we can Starboard for Cheren's, which I think is correct. I think that's definitely what I should have done, but that's fine. Okay, they find their Arceus, but no path bump yet. Let's see if they have the energy. They have the switch though. Okay, they have the supporter, so this could find them the path bump. Okay. See what they end up finding here. And yeah, they do end up finding that path up here. That's fine, because that does open path up for us as well. Or they open Starboard up for us, and there is the path bump. So they are going to open Starboard up for us. Actually hit the raw switch, which from my point, I think I would have liked to see them just hold the tower there. That holding tower there seems extremely good. If I were them. Yeah, that seems like a good idea to me. And they are going to be using Starboard here, but yeah, I feel like that's definitely a big misplay. Just hold the tower there. If you leave path in play, like, you potentially just put me in such a bad spot. Yeah. Okay, they do find Duro VMAX and another Duro V. Okay. Boss here would punish this play so hard if we found the boss on this Duro V this following turn. Would punish this Starboard play here. Let's see. Okay, we hit Psychic up the top, which is fine. We go attach bench Manaphy to potentially, hopefully. Oh wait, no, I have access to Starboard, so that was a misplay. I misplayed. Okay, but we're gonna get Starboard here. We're gonna find we have Pal Pad in deck. We do, yeah, definitely that was a misplay. I forgot I had access to Starboard. We're gonna find Research and Football. No, we find Research and Ralts. We have 2 Cherens in the deck. Okay. We're going to go find Research Ralts, and then we're just going to Research. That, yeah, this is very bad here. This is very bad. That was a misplay on my part. Okay. Behind Incense. Okay, we're just going to hit here. Set up another Arceus. Basically, accelerate a couple energies. And yeah. See what my opponent has got in their hand. Ordinary Rod will be nice here soon. Okay, we're getting Marnie, that's fine. Our hand did have Research, but other than that, that's fine. Okay. And now our hand is very bad. This hand, very, very bad. Okay. Big Parasol doesn't really affect us that much, so that's fine. It would have been a little bit more annoying to see a Big Charm. Now we are in a tough spot. This is a very bad spot. I think we Pal Pad Roxanne. I think we just go with Manaphy here, actually. And we top deck Gallade. That's not gonna do it. We just go bench, attach Pal Pad. I could put more outs in the deck. And they just pass. Yeah, that's really unfortunate because we just draw out of that Marnie. We're in a fine spot. Okay, there's Incense. Secondary. Yeah, this is not looking great for us, unfortunately. I think if our opponent has boss here, this game is just over. Yeah, okay. This is pretty bad now. We have to top deck it out here to stay in the game. If we don't top deck it out, I think that's going to be that. I'm going to close out the video. Quick ball, and that is not an out. We're just going to go ahead and concede here. There's no reason to keep playing it out. That was unfortunate. We got Martin to a bad hand, but I guess that's what you get when you play a deck like this. Yeah, this deck might need more consistency. I've been finding myself losing the Marnies a lot, actually, with this deck. But we did have a pretty decent streak there against a couple of decks on the ladder. That's going to do it for the video, guys. If you guys liked it, don't forget to like. If you guys want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. I do videos like this all the time. So yeah, if you want to see more, subscribe. That's going to do it for the video. I'll see you guys in the next one.